Get to the chopper now! So recently I've picked up this Nova Cam drone and I was really intrigued. Gear2Play has many different, let's say, RC devices, but the Nova Cam drone already says the name, it's actually in cam drone. However, in this video I don't want to focus too much on the camera because it's really bad. And I think it's comparable with those very horrible cam devices I've reviewed many times before. I mean, I think they were like dash cam with super low quality, so if you want to do some recordings, I would not buy this at all. This is more like a fun beginner's drone. If you just want to know like how does a drone even fly, how does it actually work, this can be a very cool overall, let's say, solution. So we do have the option to just use the remote or add yourself just a phone, and in this way we can have some really cool interesting options. And yeah, you can still use the camera for fun just to actually see where you're going, but I must say that when it comes to that, it's very limited. So it comes with a very cool built-in light feature that also indicates if something is wrong or your battery is low and etc. The drone itself comes with a 3.7 volt 800 milliamp LiPo battery. It's included, and what I love about it is more like a hot swappable situation. So I wish they automatically will give you like 2 or 3 of these batteries, because the flight time is not that massive. Like I think it's like a couple of minutes at least. And of course depending on the overall quality of the battery, because if they're getting a little bit wear out, you're not going to be having a very long flight time. However, when you're going to be looking into, let's say, the drone itself, the overall construction is pretty fun and also very good for beginners because of the cages. You don't need to be afraid if you're going to be bashing into stuff, because the cages will protect the propellers. Nevertheless, the controls is pretty cool and it comes utilized with everything built in. So the overall feel does have like a very nice resistance, and if you're going to be flying, it's going to be very important. Also, the built-in features like the flip and everything is on the controller, so you don't need a phone if you don't want to use it at all. Let's remove the demo button, because that's actually what it is. The lithium battery is more like a hot swappable situation. I think that is pretty cool. The unfortunate part is this is not the uncommon battery. I do know if you can even find them on AliExpress. So in here we're going to be finding some extra propellers. That's pretty cool that they're giving you this if something still happens. And then we're going to be having a simple USB-C cable. Is this USB-C? I think it is. Yeah, let me check it out. Let's see. So this is like a very short cable. Okay, so I have like a label on it with some explanation, but beside that, this is a cable. You're going to be plugging this thing into the battery itself, and this way you can charge it. So the overall configuration is not bad at all, but if you have like multiple charges, this can be a super easy way to charge it, but it will take up a couple of hours. So, you know, that is why you need like a 4 or 5 of these batteries, charge them all up, so it can have like a fun overall time, but you need to swap them within a couple of minutes. The overall drone quality, I must say the camera is pretty bad, and I didn't do any recording. I tried some video recordings, but I couldn't get them from my phone. So I actually had some pictures, but they were so really bad, low quality, so it was not like really, like say, worth showcasing. So nevertheless, in here we're going to be finding the remote. The remote is quite extended when it comes to that, so we can trim the speed, you can have the flip, we have even gyro calibration, so there is all kinds of cool stuff we can do. Of course, if you want to make a video picture, you can use a phone combined with a controller. So what you do need to do is scanning the QR code over here. We're going to be having the app that will go in here. So what's very important that you need to know if you're going to be downloading an app, like now it goes to a website where we can choose like Android and Apple. But if you're going to be clicking on it, it goes to, the store itself. And I would never like sideload these apps, particularly when it comes to those cheap Chinese stuff, because it can have malware. Just want to be careful with those, be always very careful. Everything have been connected. So yeah, what you actually need to do is that when it comes to the remote connects to the drone, and for the camera and all the other functions, you need to actually go into your Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi communication will be done with the phone, with the drone. So there are actually like 2 different ways. So what I understand of the 2.4 gigahertz will be communication with the drone, and the Wi-Fi is going to be communicating with the drone too, but this is going to be more for like the video and camera function and stuff like that. So in the controller, we're going to be needing a couple of batteries, so let's slap them in. So communication wise, I'm going to be having the Gear2Play application installed on my phone. I'm using an S20, an older phone. It's perfect for stuff like this. So let's communicate with the Wi-Fi. So what you need to do is search for the Nova Cam, and that's it. So if you're going to be communicating with the Wi-Fi this through the drone, we're going to be having all the communication that we're going to be needing for having the, let's say, video camera and everything. So putting it up, the remote, you can see it starts up. Let's hold the button a couple of seconds. I really love the light show. It's communicating with the 2.4 gigahertz, and that's the way you need to hold the joystick up and down, and this will activate the overall communication with the drone. And that's it, it's ready to go. So let's take this thing outdoors and just have some fun with it. Camera, just wanted to show you, and I don't have any recordings, but the overall quality is pretty bad. You can see it's absolutely blurry on my phone already. So if you want to use this as like say a fun overall, let's say recording, I would not use it at all. You can make a picture, you can actually record over here, but I couldn't really find recordings in my phone somewhere, so it was kind of weird. But in the end, this is not something you should actually, let's put it this way, it's fun to actually that it is on there, but functional wise, not really. The light show is pretty cool, it's absolutely amazing, and it's super convenient if you want to use this outdoors in a very dark environment. For example, if you have not a lot of street lights, you can see this looks absolutely awesome. And let's boot it up. I've actually pointed the camera downwards. And here we can just check out what's going on the drone. You can also use your phone actually for moving the drone itself. You can see there is even a touch control on the phone itself. So one of the things I did notice that it works perfectly. I must say that when it comes to the automatically boot up, and the touchscreen doesn't do anything because it's now communicating to the controller itself. But I just wanted to showcase. Let's boot it up, and this can be done by the button or just slowly pressing the joystick upwards, and that's it. And I must say that one of the things I already noticed is that when it comes to, let's say, using this drone, it's super reactive. I must say this is very, very pleasant to actually fly, and I think this is one of the things what I love about this beginner drone. It's very difficult at first, but getting the hang of it, it's absolutely a lot of fun. The unfortunate part is that I couldn't only use it for a very short time period the first time, because I already needed to load up the drone. You can see like the lithium battery is a little bit low of power because it's already flashing red with mine. If you're going to be getting the feel of it, I charged the battery, and I can tell you that I really enjoyed myself for the couple of minutes the thing was actually able to fly. And what I love about it, the way how it lifts and moves is very responsive, and I can tell you that it was like a lot of fun to mess around with it. The unfortunate part is my version did get like very drained very quickly because it's flickering like crazy with the red lights, so I had some weird thing going on. Nevertheless, I must say that the overall flying experience was absolutely great, and this is why I think this can be a very fun overall beginner's drone. The flickering, man, it's absolutely nuts, like a disco show in the middle of the night. But yeah, rotating and everything is absolutely fun. Still need to do a little bit of trimming because I did notice that it still has a little bit of a weird thing going on that's moving to a certain position, but beside that, it's fun. Absolutely, it's a lot of fun.